You've arrived. You are exactly where you need to be and no place else. We're gathered here today in this moment, and any moment that you come in and check in on the recording, welcome. We're gathered to come back to ourselves, not to fix ourselves, not to make ourselves better, but to remember the beauty and the brilliance and the resilience of our bodies. Things can get really busy and it can be joyful or it can be stressful or it can be a little bit of it all. This is a 20-minute practice to rinse out any of the stress and to bring you back to you. Start by bringing now your hands to your face. This is actually a gesture that has been shown to soothe the parasympathetic nervous system. So the corners of your lips and the sides of your hands are touching, and your fingertips are gently at your temples. If you'd like to close your eyes, you're welcome to. As you inhale, inhale softly and deeply through the nose, maybe filling down through your belly and your side and back. When you exhale, exhale out a long straw, like a O shape with your lips. Do that again as you inhale, inhale through the nose. And when you exhale, that nice long breath through the letter O of your lips. Good. Do that again now. We're going to do that together for a full minute. This time as you breathe in, see if you can make that inhale a little softer, a little deeper. And as you exhale, see if you can make that out breath even longer. Like you're gently pushing the air across the room, across the town, nice and long and slow and easy. Inhaling at your pace. Exhaling that nice long. One more time, wherever you are in that cycle, just allow yourself another deep, rich breath in and breath out, gently holding your face. That nice long exhale through open lips. Whenever you've completed that cycle, you are welcome to keep your hands softly on your face or bring them to your lap. I want you to have this particular breathing practice because it's a really beautiful one when we're surrounded by people or when we're in a public space. You can even use one hand on your face. No one needs to know what you're doing. But this actually helps, helps regulate the parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous systems. Just that easy face holding sweetness and that nice long breath. I'm going to turn sideways so you can just see. As you then lift that navel center up, I want to see if you can then lift your sternum without opening your rib cage. We're just making a little bit of space for the spine. There will be a little bit of core engagement there. As you inhale, lift up one more effort, almost like you're going to put the top of your head through the top of your house. Inhale as you exhale, or exhale, then inhale again. As you exhale, can you lift your armpits and round your upper back, chin to chest? You can let your elbows softly open to the side. Inhale here. Lift up your armpits even further. As you exhale, can you then bring your chest, that sternum forward? Your tailbone is pushing back. If you've done yoga, this is essentially seated cat and cow. Just do that again on your breath. Inhaling, armpits lifting, chin tucking. And you can play with the out breath or take a breath here. We're just moving your spine. We're just doing this in a seated posture because I want you to know you can do this when everyone's waiting at the table for dinner or it's the end of the meal and you've got a moment just to sit. As you move your spine, I want you to think for a moment that actually it's the top of your head all the way to the tailbone. It's a long column of energy, and you're kind of seeing them reach back towards each other and then the other way. This beautiful curling in and opening up of this long, it's called the Shushunnya, the center column of your energy, your spine. Just moving it a little backwards and forwards. If this feels good, just continue for a few more. And if you'd like to start to move spontaneously here, that's ultimately what this, of course, is all about. Making these few minutes be about you connecting with you. I find that even as I'm doing this, I kind of want to shift around and maybe lift one armpit and another, and just kind of creating some space along the sides body, which we're going to do a little bit more just next. This practice of soothing and stretching and strengthening is just really the practice of you cultivating that deep listening to your own body. If you'd like to follow along that side stretching, lift up. I can never tell with my Zoom, my lifted mirror. I may be mirroring you, I may not. But as you lift up now through that right arm, lift, 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 lift. And then you can just take your hand to the chair, keep your spine long, and then reach all the way over to the side. A nice little soft bend in the elbow will open up your chest to the front and then help lengthen through all the way down, maybe to the side of your hip. Can you keep that space that you've created? And as you inhale, lift up like someone's pulling your hand all the way up to heaven. And then let that space stay as that hand comes down, perhaps to your leg or to the side of the chair. As you lift up now to that left arm, lengthen, lift, 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 lift. All that beautiful spaciousness that we are opening so that you can feel into your body and to you. Because in this practice, we recognize that as we learn to love and accept our bodies as they are, to know how to nurture and listen to them, we're actually connecting to our souls, ourselves, our capacity to be in life the way that we need and deserve to be. So let's do that one more time. If you have an elbows is a little bent, so then you can lengthen and then lift up on your inhale. Breathe, 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 breathe. And now bring both hands up to the sky. Turn your palms to face me and let's just go climb. Let's just go climb a moment, a mountain or a jungle gym. Go as high as you can go. And then for a moment, let your fingertips curl on that very top rung or in the peak of the mountain. Your shoulder heads are relaxed, but you're lengthening there all the way. Maybe if you haven't already, close your eyes and just see yourself looking out over the most perfect, beautiful landscape. As you inhale, feel how your body gets bigger. And as you exhale, keep that space in the torso. Just let your hands softly come down to the side. Let your hands rest on your legs. Just breathe, discover that maybe there's a little bit more space to feel that breath. Oh boy, I feel like I could just hang out right here. Okay. And then let's create a little bit of action there for the neck. Reach down through those right fingers. Let your left ear softly just release to that left shoulder. You can keep your hand reaching out for a little bit more oomph. You can take your hand behind you. You can hold on to the chair or just kind of let it rest on that other hip. And then let that left ear just softly, softly release. You can stay here, keep that space in the spine, or maybe take that right eyeball and then look down, point it to the ground. Let the ear float back to the shoulder and take that right eyeball, look up to the sky. And then back to the ear, so you can bring your chin back to your chest. Release the arm, bring it back to that leg, and then just notice the different sides of your body. We're not here to become anything. We're here to make space for you. Reach now through the right hand, or the left hand, right ear to shoulder. Hang out here. You can bring that hand behind you. Staying here, ear to shoulder, all that beautiful biology, opening up space, bringing heat, bringing blood flow. If you'd like to add on some movement, you can bring that left ear or left eye towards the earth. Feel the back of the neck, those scalene muscles. And then ear to the shoulder, maybe lift that left eye to the sky and feel another space in that neck, holding up your head to lengthen and release. Ear to shoulder, and then chin back to chest. Release the hands. Take your hands back to your legs. Pause for a moment. Breathe. Life can be so busy. This is an invitation to just be and let how you feel become the most precious and important and only thing. You have an option just to stay as you are. And now you can take your hands in front of the shin if you like, or behind the thigh. Here's what I want you to make sure to do though. No collapsing into that low back. The navel center is a little firm. You can either bring that leg a little closer, you can hold the shin and bring it higher. We're just starting to get the back of the leg, which of course also connects to the back. Hang out here just for a moment as you just enjoy a little bit of release there for the back. And then take your hand over that left ankle and cross it over your right thigh. Keep that foot really flexed, toe to knee. If that's too much, you can just cross your ankle. What we're going to do is take all that space you created in your spine and then lengthen it, lift it. Hopefully you'll start to feel a little stretch on the outside of that hip. You can hang out here if you're hungry for more, if your body is saying yes and more, please. Keep the lift in the heart and the spine, and then hinge at the hips as you come forward until you feel your place that you want to hang out for these 4 or 5 breaths. Check your jaw, make sure that your face isn't tight or holding on. You really don't even need to be looking. You can close your eyes. If there's an adjustment at any time that you want to make, please, these are your minutes to be listening to that brilliance and that instinct in your body, which gets so quiet when we're busy, especially when we're entertaining or being entertained in social situations. We're here to just come back to you. Take one more breath. You might find that as you're hanging out with the stretch, you can come a little bit more forward if you were hinging, or maybe if you were lifting, you might go a little bit higher in the spine. And isn't it marvelous how the body opens when we pay attention and we give it space to do that? Good. When you're ready, come sit back on those sitting bones so your spine's nice and safe, and then bring both feet down to the ground. Take a moment, notice here the difference between right and left. What a miracle you are. And then when you're ready, you can take that right knee, hand behind thighs, or behind or in front of the shin as you make space. Make space, my love. Lift up through the heart and the sternum, right there through the top of your head. And then you can just play, by the way, and notice, like I have a tendency, I wanted that knee to come out to the side because it was taking out some of the sensation. Just notice. And then once you found a little bit of relief there behind those glutes, because we have like 3 layers, ankle over thigh here, option to bring ankle over ankle, and then keep that foot awake, protect the knee as you then lengthen. And if hinging feels like too much, you can kind of think about pushing your tailbone back a little bit. Ooh, yes, hello. And find some spaces in there. It's so good. Oh my God, aren't you a miracle? I love it. Hello, body. Hello. Take those 4 breaths. It doesn't matter how many. We'll just be here together for this minute. Oh my goodness. This is the practice. It's just being with ourselves, Having these postures, these shapes that we can be guided into is the structure that we sometimes need to be able to give space to the voice of what we need. All of us, yeah. So one more lengthening, lifting through the sternum, the spine, the heart, maybe coming a little bit more forward. Look at all that space you've created. Even if you can't even see the space or feel it, those 37 trillion cells are going, this is new information. Let me respond to that. You know, like, oh, hello, right? And then when you're ready, come back up. That's so good. And then let's just take yourself, make sure you're seated back as you open up your knees wide. Come to the place where you feel a little inner thigh stretch. Press down on the tops of your thighs, make some space in that low back all the way up. And you have an option to just dip that shoulder, or you might want to dip it a little further as you then take the hand to the inside of that left leg and then dip the left shoulder. Now, it's super important that you keep your spine long here and that you find your range of motion that feels good. We're not going past the place where you have an or a that's intense, right? As soon as it's sharp, you move out. Your body is talking to you all the time. These shapes help turn up the volume of the body. You listen. Take another inhale. Oh, hello, body. And then come on up. You'll go to the other side. You can take that shoulder a little bit forward. Remember, lengthen the spine. Or you can take the hand to the inner thigh, give a little push back as you take that opposite shoulder. I'm about to fall off the chair. Don't do that. I personally can feel it right there, kind of around my hip. It's where it feels yummiest. Go to the place that feels yummy. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Good. Inhale. Find spaciousness. When we inhale, we expand. When we exhale, we have an opportunity to go deeper in or in and out into our body. Yeah. Come all the way up. Oh, so good. Good. Let's just take our feet, knees back together. Take a moment. I'm going to come sideways because I want you to see. We're going to do one or more of those cat-cow things as you then let the tailbone go back, let your heart come forward. And now I don't want you to think about putting your chin out. I want you to think about keeping the top of your head up, like you're going over the curve of the earth, yeah? And then come all the way back, find that Halloween cat, armpits lifted, chin to chest. Oh, let's do 3 or 4 more. You might just hang out in one shape or the other, or you might move it a little backwards and forwards. Oh, yeah. Oh my goodness, so good. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Good. And then if you have space and you'd like to stand, I'm going to invite you just to stand just for one back of the leg stretch. You can come behind your chair. And you have options to do this. I know one of you has been doing a little bit of this at a yoga class. You can keep those knees bent. I want you to still think about keeping your spine long. Hands are just relaxed on the chair. You can let your heart come forward a little bit, maybe get a back stretch. The closer that your feet are towards the chair, and the more that you're lifting from the tailbone, the more you're going to get the backs of the legs. Just play around where your body would like a nice stretch. Oh my goodness. It reminds me when I used to teach in jail. Come bring your right foot forward, left foot back, and then just get a nice little calf stretch. You can bend that back leg and press through the heel. See what happens if you bring your shoulders forward or back. Oh, as always, time is slipping. So let's just get a little love in there to the backs of the legs, especially when we're sitting. And you can do this too while you're waiting for Uncle Harold to come to the table because he's sitting still in the bathroom. Come to the back of the chair and just know, you know what? Okay, body, okay, self, I'm just sending you a little love during all this moment. Come on back. Yeah. And then just this one more piece I want to share with you before we go is actually if you take your thumbs inside your hands, make a little fist over there, bring them to your belly. And so this is a clockwise. I don't know if I'm mirroring you, but you're going to go right up and around to left. Descending colon, ascending colon is on the right, descending is on the left. So just make some nice circles there. And depending on where you are in your gastronomic or GI journey, you can just let that be soft. You can also, if you like, get a little bit more, not aggressive, but a little firmer. And if you really want to stimulate your digestion, you kind of take the hands in and you let yourself fold over a little bit, not aggressively, just give yourself this beautiful GI, which we know has a connection to the vagal nerve and our nervous system and our brain, just letting it have some of its own juice back. And then let's come up and sit up. Oh, move the jaw a little, let your face be a little soft. Bring your hands together, rub them together, create some heat and warmth. Close your eyes if that feels available. It's not about how you look, it's about how you feel. Continue to create a little bit of heat. On the count of 1, we're going to just let our hands rest on our body anywhere. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Bring your hands to your body. Feel some of the heat there. Heat, warmth, love. This is my body. This is me. I deserve to be here. I deserve to be well. I deserve to be healthy and happy, to have all of my heart's desires fulfilled. And I make all of this happen by radically, ecstatically, fiercely showing up for me and all that I am. With thanks for being here. Happy holidays, my loves. For those of us who are in the live, I'm going to come over in just a second and turn off the computer. But for all of us, there are so many different ways that we spend this holiday season. Some of us are going to be alone. Some of us are going to be in large groups. Some of us are going to be in a mix of all of it. And there are so many different ways that we celebrate. In this community, in this sisterhood, I invite you to really celebrate you and who you are in all of your uniqueness, exactly the way that you are. There is no more radiant gift that you can bring to the world than in your own being. I need it. I know that your sister needs it. So love on, my darlings, and